Listen, Chad. Today we gonna I want let's see this video. Police can't touch him. Why EDP isn't in jail? All right, we gonna. I'm not gonna do too much talking. We gonna get straight into this video.
Alright, so for the longest time I had no idea who EDP was. The most I knew was what people were saying.
I don't know nothing about EDP, Chad. I don't know.
Now, if you don't know what he did, YouTube technically won't allow me to tell you. So we're going to use a term I saw others using, chasing cupcakes. If you don't know what that might mean, then look in the comments and they'll explain. Now, EDP had a problem. He just kept getting caught chasing cupcakes by YouTubers. Now, that got me thinking, why isn't he in jail? Well, we're gonna answer that question today. First of all, come to find out, EDP was an upcoming YouTuber. People loved him for his brash style, his super honest shock value statements, like going to the laundromat, pulling out somebody's bra and burying his face in it. Now, people weren't sure if he was serious or not, but he entertained a subset of people. Now, I know what you're thinking, how? Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of people that do shock value type things can garner a core fan base, especially back when he was rising up. It was pre like 2020, and before 2020, edgy shock value humor was a lot more accepted than it is today. So he's doing all these things and somebody comes out and says, hey, he chases cupcakes. Suddenly a bunch of people start posting screenshots of him chasing cupcakes. So the internet was pissed, and the internet does what they do. They've ruined him. They basically make it so his socials from all over YouTube, Instagram, it did not matter, taken down. Now, his main source of income was his YouTube videos, so that was the biggest blow to him. But YouTube was probably excited to take it down. YouTube does not like things that make the platform look bad. That's why I have to say chasing cupcakes. He was gone. But that YouTube money must have been too good, because EDP was not giving up. He waits until the dust settles and comes back on the platform. People are like, why are you back? He said, because I'm sorry. Everyone's like, okay, well. He said, I'm sorry that Cupcakes messaged me, and then you guys call me the bad guy for responding. How does that make sense? Everyone's like, it makes perfect sense. He says, well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. Now, at this point, I'm gonna use my hands to show his fan base size. His fan base is probably right here. After his apology, it goes to about right here. People hated it. They were like, oh, he's just an unapologetic weirdo. Another YouTuber takes it a step further by setting him up, Chris Hansen style. For those of you that don't know, there used to be a show called The Catch Up, I don't know if I can say that word, where somebody would pose as a cupcake, talk to a cupcake chaser, and then invite them to the house. Chris Hansen will be waiting for them, talking about what's going on. The cupcake chaser would be like, Chris Hansen would be like, don't worry about it. Just go outside, you good. Cupcake chaser would be like, go outside, the police would take him down. So like I said, a YouTuber decides to model after that show, except for the police part. Okay, listen closely. This YouTuber poses as a cupcake.
Nah, Chad, this is crazy, bro. I never knew nothing about EDP, bro.
EDP took a step forward. Like now it's not just he's talking to cupcakes. Now he's actually willing to meet a cupcake. The YouTuber ambushes him and says, yo, so you're actually willing to meet cupcakes? EDP, just like the cupcake chasers on Chris Hansen's show, goes, nothing to say. But again, there are no police here because this isn't an official investigation. So the YouTuber who catches EDP can't really do anything. EDP can literally just go home. So EDP just goes home and decides to make another apology video. He says, this time, guys, I'm really sorry. People are like, I don't know. He said, I'm sorry that this whole thing was an act. This whole thing was an act. That YouTube video that they posted about me, I was acting. He asked me to come play that part. He said, here's the proof right here. EDP, can you come be a cupcake chaser? People said, you photoshopped that, he said. And on top of that, people said, yo, this doesn't erase all the other weirdo stuff that you were accused of doing. And this didn't look like an act. So what's going on? He said, y'all bringing up pretty good points. So he had to apologize for real. Especially because YouTube took down this second account he made. Because YouTube isn't the police. They can take down whoever they want. They know people hate him. They hate his content. They're like, bye-bye. Money gone again. So he comes out on like this third-party website saying, hey, they ban him. So he comes out on this third-party website. They ban him. So he has to make his own website saying, I'm really, really sorry. Sorry that people keep trying to catch me doing bad things. Yeah, he spends more time in this apology video talking about people trying to catch him in the act. And at this point, his fan base goes from here to here. Yeah, he still has fans at this point. And as for the police, they still can't really do anything. Prosecutors want to win cases. All he would have to do is go up and say, I was acting. That's it. People could show all the messages of his cupcake chasing. He said that was all an act. I was doing that for clout. I was doing that for clicks. And since the police didn't do a legal investigation, then they'd have to take his word for it and let him go. So they don't even try. Well, here's where things start to get wicked. Since the police weren't doing anything, people started taking matters into their own hands. He doesn't have a YouTube career anymore. People find out that he's working in places like CVS for security. He's working at McDonald's. CVS, people get him fired for each and every one of the jobs that he gets. They then take it a step further. YouTubers.
Nah, Chad, being a cupcake chaser, then having people like find where you at and get you fired, bro, for making money, bro, because the things you did is crazy, bro. That's wild, bro. He should never did what he did, bro. It gets to a point, bro. That's what she never did that.
Do another sting operation to catch up style, and EDP is wildin'. Now let me say this, and this is no offense to EDP, but he doesn't seem like the sharpest tool in the shed. He seems almost childlike when he gets caught for these actions. So they say, hey, we got you again. What's going on? You came here to meet a cupcake. He says, I did all that to make y'all catch me. I figured it out. The YouTuber's like, no, you didn't, bro. These texts are incriminating. He said, yes, I did. They said, EDP, what you doing? He said, huh? The YouTubers then get a call from the cupcake that was actually messaging EDP. She said, EDP is messaging me right now while he's talking to y'all. Everybody said, EDP. He said, huh? They said, girl, what did he say? He was cussing her out, basically saying, you lame for trying to get me caught. It was wild. But this time, the cupcake, the girl, she files a report. And the YouTubers say, hey, we have this video as any evidence that you might need, police. The police still said, we can't do anything about it. Because what you got to understand is it doesn't matter how much evidence you have. The strength of the evidence is what matters. This is a YouTube video. He could say anything. The police departments are not the ones that asked the cupcake to do this. In fact, EDP can say or do whatever he wants on camera since it's not a police sting operation. Because he just has to say, I was acting for attention. And interestingly enough, police did ask YouTubers to stop doing sting operations like this. Because, well, of course, it is dangerous. You never know what a cupcake chaser, the lengths they might go to. And also, it kind of weakens a prosecutor's case a little bit. He could just be like, oh, I thought y'all were YouTubers trying to catch me again. That being said, that doesn't mean that would work, but he has a little more ammo. That being said, it's kind of a hard topic though, right? Because the YouTubers aren't necessarily wrong for what they're doing, because in a lot of people's eyes, police, you guys weren't gonna do anything about it in the first place. So we're trying to take matters into our own hands. But to take things a step further, listen closely. I'm sure police are like, we're not gonna spend all that money and manpower just to get one guy y'all want me to catch. But to take things a step further, I personally think the police should oblige, because technically the police are the will of people, right? They're getting tax dollars from people. If a huge group of people wants this person behind bars for what they're doing, then the police maybe should put a little manpower into that. I don't know if they are, I don't know if they aren't, but regardless, he comes out with another video. Right after the incident that we just talked about with him saying, oh, I let you guys catch me on purpose, haha. He comes out with another apology. He said, look, everybody, I'm sorry. Everyone's like, oh, we're not falling for that. He said, oh, you're not falling for it? All right, let me just say it anyway. I'm sorry that this channel might get deleted. Everyone's like, boo. In the video, he's just upset saying that my new channel is about to be deleted. Oh yeah, YouTube let him make another channel. He made a new channel. He said, sorry, this channel might get deleted, blah, 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 blah. People are like, that's not what we want you to be sorry for. But at this point, people were pretty tired of him and kind of saw him as a joke. And I'm sure a lot of people realize he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. It's kind of like disciplining a child and the child doesn't know why you're disciplining them. So people were basically like, stay on that side of the internet. We'll wait till you mess up enough to get arrested. But then he comes out with more videos. That's probably why you've seen a bunch of EDP content lately. He comes out with recent videos not really justifying what he did, but basically saying like, people should take accountability for chasing Cupcake. I'm on y'all side. That stuff ain't cool. I was in a dark place in my past. He actually made...
Nah, bro, the switch up is crazy.
A half decent apology this time. He says he was in a dark place. He shouldn't be hanging around certain people. I said half decent. I didn't say decent. He said he apologized to his friends and family for his behavior, but people still weren't going for it. They're like, it just don't sound right. It kind of sounded like a YouTuber apology when they do something absolutely wild and then like play the ukulele talking about, my bad. But you want to hear a secret? I'm willing to bet that the reason EDP be doing all this, saying all these apologies and stuff like that, is to get his name out there again. Enough people have caught on to the fact that if you just let him stay on his side of the internet and ignore him, he's gonna be irrelevant. He'll have his pocket of core fans. Oh, by the way, his fan base went to about right there. Yeah, he still has fans. Then that'll be that. He'll eventually disappear into the universe. But him coming out and talking about the incident will spawn YouTube videos saying, EDP's back. Every YouTuber and their mom will talk about this. EDP becomes relevant again. So now I know what you're thinking. Whoa, Zeb, you're making a video about EDP. Aren't you part of the problem? Well, I disagree with that line of logic. I think in today's social media climate, people are too smart. Just because every YouTuber talks about you doesn't mean you're gonna get a boost in views. Everyone's just gonna be like, oh, I remember that guy, he sucks. Maybe 1 or 2 people will watch his video to see the apology, but after that, no one's gonna watch his videos. It kind of reminds me of how back in the day, remember how a massive YouTuber can give someone a shout out and that person instantly becomes famous? You can't do that anymore. I feel like nowadays people have evolved to a point where they're too smart and too guarded with their attention. EDP apologized, people be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we've seen this show before, what else is on?